All right.
Oh. Well, today's class is going to be on sprouting, and I hope you learn a lot and can take it home and apply it, because it's the most beneficial system to use. And anybody can do it, even if you're living in a city or wherever you live, you can do it. It's pretty simple. So let's begin with a word of prayer. Father in heaven, we ask that you be with us as we go over this class together, this sprouting class. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Hi, everybody. Sprouts. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
Look how green they are. And
Wow.
as my husband said, you can do it anywhere. My journey began many years ago. I watched some lecture on sprouts, and I'm like, wow, I got so energized. Well, it took me many times until I got it perfect. It will spoil, it will not grow, it will not sprout, all kinds of things happen to me. But over the many years, probably 8 years or so, I found out this way is the best.
What?
This way is the best one. Now, these things, you don't have to have it. I used to do it on more kind of business level. One point in time, I used to sell it when we lived in a place where there was a lifestyle center. So I'll sell it to the lifestyle center. So people bought it from me every week or so. So I had like 6 jars always going, a lot. I needed these little things. You don't have to have it. Right now, I don't use them. I have only 3 jars going on at home. When 3 jars are gone, when they're all empty like this, I start it again. Otherwise, it's too much. We don't need that much. So, and I use this little thing. I'll show you. Look, I use it, for example, like this. I don't put them. I'll show you all process like this, and it can be sufficient enough. Why I put it in here? Because it drains, and when it drains, it's water, it's mess. So that's the best for me. But this is another alternative. You can buy these things on Amazon, I believe. It's sprouting jar stands. Like this. There are different kinds. So I want to show you how to sprout first, and then do lecture. Or maybe I should do lecture and then show you how to sprout. What do you think? What would you like to see first? Lecture or sprouts?
Lecture.
Lecture. Let's do lecture. Because you're going to eat them too. And Scott made really tasty salad dressing we are going to put on the sprouts. Because if when you try them first, you might not like very much. But with the salad, good salad dressing is the key to eat good salad. So, so that will help you. Sprouts, great things in small packages. These things are superfoods. They are your vitamin supplements and you name it, okay? And I'm not saying supplements are not good. There are some, I'm taking some. I'm still taking my prenatal supplements because I'm still nursing. I still, baby is taken out from me. So I'm still taking, and it's okay to take supplements, but these things, you'll see how amazing they are. Benefits. You can grow in any climate zone, any time of the year. But I tell you what, I noticed in summer it's not as easy as in fall, winter, or spring. It's a bit hot in summer, but you can still do it. If you have AC going on year round, you can do it. But they grow better when it's a bit cooler, not too hot.
So you have to grow it in a dark place.
No,
No.
I don't. Mm-mm. Require neither soil nor sunshine. I like sunshine. Without sunshine, they will not turn green very well. I like them green because that's your chlorophyll, and that's your very good thing for your blood. But they are still rich in vitamins and minerals. So here, I don't put any soil. Where do they get all their nutrients and vitamins? Well, because God put them already in the seed. You don't have to have any soil to get everything. Empty jar. I put empty jar and water and that's it. And they just grow. And they are much better than meat as far as nutrients. Can be grown indoors with minimal amount of space, and that's true. Look how much it doesn't take. It doesn't take much. Multiply 400 times or more in 5 days. A quiz. How many tablespoons of seeds do you think I used to grow this much?
4.
You're right.
And
Three.
then-
3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons grow this much. When I use, from business perspective, I tell you honestly, it's very it's very beneficial to grow. It's very economical rather than go in the store and buy it. You hardly spend, for this jar to grow, you spend as much as you buy tiny thing in the store. It's much better, right? Here you can stand up. These things are old. I don't want to stand much anymore.
So how long did it take to grow that?
About 6 days, 6-7 days, about a week. 1 week.
So do you water it down, sprinkle it?
I'll show you everything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
going to do
okay,
that. Powerful source of antioxidants. They are full of living enzymes and vital force. They are good source of essential fatty acids. One of the highest sources of fiber. Have a generous supply of vitamins and an excellent array of minerals. Have a low glycemic index and a low in calories. An excellent preventative medicine. It's better to prevent than to cure, right? We all know that. Alfalfa sprouts. I have alfalfa there too. Alfalfa have the potential of acting as cellular detergents, which helps to prevent cholesterol absorption from foods eaten. They aid cellular communication, repair, and function. They reduce plaque buildup inside artery walls. They lower your LDL cholesterol, one of the most alkaline plants. The chlorophyll, together with the saponins, help chelate and remove free radicals and toxic substances like heavy metals from the body. Too many words that you maybe don't know. Basically, they help to detox you, to get junk out of your system, okay? And they are very nutritious. Lentil sprouts. Now, we don't eat them raw. I still cook them like I would normally do. Or you can cook them on very low. Lentils cook really quick. And that way you save more nutrients. Lentil sprouts have been used to cleanse and stimulate the kidneys and adrenal system. Beneficial for strengthening the heart and circulation. Soluble fiber increases 300 times in 3 to 4 days in sprouted seeds. Can you imagine that? You get more fiber out of it if you just sprout it. Increase energy and vitality. Lower LDL and blood pressure. Lowers blood sugars and regulates insulin levels. Very, very good stuff. Well, as I told you before, I soak everything. Some things easier to sprout. Lentils and mung beans are the easiest to sprout as far as beans family, legumes. Other things like beans are a bit more complicated. So these things are really good. Broccoli sprouts. All broccoli, all cabbage family, brassicas, are an excellent source of sulfur, an important mineral for its cleansing and antiseptic effect on the blood and digestive system. Sulfur is essential for healthy hair, nails, and skin. We want to be beautiful eating broccoli. And for protein and carbohydrate absorption. So sulfur is very important. helps provide oxygen to the blood and work together with chlorine to cleanse the body of waste, clearing congestion like sinusitis, assists in liver and immune function and weight loss. A very rich source of vitamin E. But I'll tell you something about cabbage family. Be careful with that. They have certain substances that excite your adrenal and your thyroid. You can overeat them and your thyroid can swallow. You might have difficulty to swallow. I proved it on my own, myself. I ate too much one time. It was so tasty. I don't know how many tablespoons I ate, but I ate. Next day I couldn't swallow. Oh.
Now, you talking about the alfalfa sprouts?
No, the cabbage family, broccoli, cabbage
Okay, I'm sorry, I
family,
lost that.
kale, radish, all those,
Okay.
they have substance that can excite your thyroid. Now, it's good to know because those who have suppressed thyroid, you want to eat more of it. Cabbage, for those who have too much, you want to lower it. So, balance and temperance and all things, right? On broccoli sprouts, amazing, there are so many studies done with broccoli sprouts. Contains high amounts of sulforaphane, which enters the bloodstream within hours after eating and goes to work detoxifying carcinogens and carrying them away from the cells. Do you know what carcinogens are? Well, in simple language, the junk that body have and it needs to come out. So they are coming out. Contains a compound called 13C, promotes the production of a safer form of estrogen that doesn't promote estrogen-dependent cancer. There are different estrogens. The ones that are synthetic estrogen, they promote cancer. But this is phytoestrogen. This is totally different. This one protects you from cancer, especially as women. There are so many breast cancer, and that's estrogen kind of cancer. So broccoli is very good. Researchers at the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University have found that sulforaphane, a compound found in cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, bok choy, and Brussels sprouts, has strong anti-cancer properties. Even more promising results have been found in broccoli sprouts. The tiny thread-like broccoli sprouts sold at stores next to alfalfa sprouts have more than 50 times the amount of sulforaphane than found in mature broccoli. 50 times more. I mean, it's good to eat your big broccoli, but you eat sprouts, you just need the tiny spoon and you eat as much as the broccoli, as far as nutrients. The compound in broccoli may be one of the strongest anti-cancer fighters we have. 3-day-old broccoli sprouts consistently contain 20 to 50 times the amount of chemoprotective compounds found in mature broccoli heads and may offer a simple dietary means of chemically reducing cancer risk. H. pylori causes a condition called gastritis. You know that? Does somebody have gastritis? Well, H. pylori causes it, right? Which enormously increases a person's risk of stomach cancer. Sulforaphane heals H. pylori. It's wonderful. Broccoli can heal your H. pylori and cure you from that problem. The compound can be found in small amounts in regular mature broccoli. But broccoli sprouts are far the best source. So it's great things. Fenugreek sprouts. I'll show you, I have all these seeds, I'm going to show you fenugreek sprouts. They have quite unique flavor. They are so special. My husband loves it. Rich source of vitamin C, proteins, fibers, niacin, potassium, iron, and alkaloids. Fenugreek sprouts, good for diabetes control, good for weight loss, beneficial for cardiac health, antiviral properties, rich source of antioxidants, good for digestion, relieving PMS and menopause symptoms, inducing and easing childbirth, helpful for lactating mothers. Maybe it's one of the reasons I always have plenty milk. I sprouted for a while now. Good for clear, acne-free skin, helpful in dealing with breast cancer. Here is a great book you can buy and you can get much more information that I'm giving you. How can I grow and use sprouts as living food? There is food that is, nothing wrong with cooked food. We need cooked food for calories. We are not in paradise yet, we eat just raw food, right? But we need to have balance. Too much cooked food is not the best for you. Too much raw food. It's better to be on more raw food, like 70% or so, and less cooked. So these sprouts, they give you a boost. They give you more energy. When you eat more raw, you have more energy because your body spends less energy to digest your cooked food. Yes, if you want to write it down, let me know when you're done. We'll continue talking a little bit more about sprouts. And do your research. As I told you before, as soon as you sprout your seed or bean or grain, the phytic acid is broken down and the seed basically springs up. It puts forth all the energy to produce new life. It develops so many nutrients. Now, mung bean sprouts. Right here, my little mung beans. And you see, I sow them at the same time. You see, some things takes longer, some things takes faster. You see, they have already white little sprouts. So cute. These are mung beans. Protein increases by 30%. Calcium increases by 35%. Potassium, 84%. Sodium, 690%. Wow. Iron, 40%. Phosphorus, 56%. Vitamin E, 285. Vitamin B1, 208. B2, 515. That's what I'm telling you. These are your supplements. When you buy supplement and you can see the percentage, how much you're getting, right? They're amazing. Now, I do say some vitamins are water soluble and some are fat soluble. So you do kill some. But don't worry, you don't kill everything because they are going in water. So some things like vitamin A, vitamin C can be destroyed to some extent, but some are actually boosting even more. So it's okay to cook, just don't overcook it, don't fry it. It's not good to fry. Maybe it's another subject. It's much harder for your body to digest if you fry. But if you steam already sprouted things, some people said, I never tried personally, but some say sprouted mung beans remind them green peas. Green peas in spring, in summer you get very similar flavor. So you can eat them like this, or you can eat them steamed, cooked. So what do? They fight infection diseases like chickenpox, mumps, boils, skin disease, fevers. They're excellent for painful urination, kidney and bladder inflammation, gastrointestinal ulcers, and diabetes. Assist in strengthening the eyesight, help correct high blood pressure and cholesterol, cleanse the liver and the blood, help balance the metabolism. Can be used in the summer for the cooling effect of reducing body heat, quenching thirst, and clearing hot, damp mucus conditions of the body. Well, somebody said, was it Hippocrates? He said, let your food be your medicine and medicine your food. This is your medicine. Literally, that's your medicine. Really, next time, it's really encouraging because when you sit and you might maybe not like it really much first, but wow, it's so good for me. It's just so amazing for me. And I'm going to show you today how to eat it in very tasty way. Mung beans are known for their strong detoxifying effects on the body, particularly to cleanse the heart and vascular system. A rice and mung bean fast is known for its balancing effect on every facet of the body and mind, and has a strong ability to purge toxins and pathogens from the body. Make sure you don't get white rice, please. Good rice that has fiber. Sunflower seed sprouts. Well, I'm going to show you a video today how to do that because you cannot do that in the jars. You have to blend them. How you plant is really easy. You can do it in the house as well, or you can do it outside in the spring. Just buy a tray and Home Depot or Ace little tray. Put a little bit soil. Put the seeds on top. They should look just like this. Raw seeds. They put them on top, and then you put soil on top, and they sprout. And I used to sprout them like this, and I will just cut with scissors. Very tasty. The essential fatty acids in sunflower seeds provide a beneficial action in cleaning arteries, reducing LDL cholesterol levels, and preventing heart disease. Sunflower seeds are very high in calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, and vitamin D. This makes them important for building strong bones, tendons, muscles, teeth, hair, skin, nails, and eyesight. All about beauty seed. Yes.
Once they sprout and you cut them, will they sprout again?
No.
They're done, okay. Do you eat the seeds too?
They will be in the soil, just compost. But I do say, we buy usually shelled sunflower seeds, and I mentioned before, we just soak it, and if you seed it, let it sit for half a day, they will sprout, or for a day, they will sprout. And the salad dressing today we made from the sunflower seeds that are soaked too. So you are going to get sunflower seed dressing full of stuff and sprouts. So 100 grams of seeds provide 7.2 milligrams of iron, making sunflower seeds richer in iron than almost any other food. Really good for iron. Where to get your iron? Sunflower seeds. You don't have to eat liver from animals, just eat your sunflower seeds. They're even better. When I was a kid, a really little child, I don't remember, but I was a sickly child. It's a long story, but my mom would say, she tried to chop liver, very small in my bowl so I can get my iron. Oh, she didn't know. I like sunflower seeds much more. I didn't like that stuff. So sunflower seeds, the pectin content helps to expel radioactivity from the system. Isn't that amazing? We all get exposed to radiation, right? In our modern world, here and there we get it. Helps to treat and relieve constipation, fatigue, and also strengthen the spleen and pancreas. Medicinal uses for arthritis, rheumatism, headaches, blurred vision, high blood pressure, fluid retention, asthma, cancer, bleeding gums. Wow, that's just amazing. That's your pharmacy right there, right? So good. Now, you see how every sprout has its own purpose, its own particular benefits. So what's the best way to eat them? To combine and circulate. Like one day eat these, another day these. Buckwheat sprouts, I think this is the last one. Buckwheat. I love buckwheat. Who loves buckwheat? So delicious. Sprouted buckwheat is an amazing food because it tastes like a grain, but is actually gluten and wheat free, and it's not a grain at all. It is one of the most complete sources of protein on the planet, containing all 8 essential amino acids. This makes it perfect for diabetes and those who want to cut down on their sugary carbohydrates and balance their blood sugar levels. They are also known to lower high blood pressure. Sprouted buckwheat is high in flavonoids and coenzyme Q10, good for your heart. Sprouted buckwheat also cleanses the colon and alkalizes the body. It's a wonderful superfood helping to reverse varicose vein and hardening of the arteries. When veins become weak, blood and fluids accumulate and leak into nearby tissues, which may cause varicose veins and hemorrhoids. These sprouts are full of, it's not ruin, but rutin, which is a compound known to strengthen blood vessel walls. They are high in iron for building good blood, high in boron and calcium, so it helps tremendously with osteoporosis. You want to have strong bones? Do your exercise and eat your buckwheat sprouts, and of course greens. Greens are also very good for osteoporosis, especially for elderly people. Buckwheat, this healing food is also rich in lecithin, making it a wonderful cholesterol balancer because lecithin soaks up excess LDL cholesterol and prevents it from being absorbed. Lecithin neutralizes toxins and purifies the lymphatic system, taking some of the workload off the liver. Research suggests that consuming foods rich in lecithin on a regular basis may actually prevent anxiety, depression, brain fog, mental fatigue, and generally make the brain sharper and clearer. That's why I said last lecture that lecithin is good for you. When we made butter, we made natural butter. I'm sorry some missed the lecture, but we use lecithin and combining oil and water for making homemade butter. So lecithin is very, very important, very good for you. So buckwheat sprouts contain all of the vitamin B vitamins, magnesium, manganese, and selenium, as well as many other health-giving compounds. Now, let us go into practical steps to sprout, how to sprout. Okay, let me ask you, did anybody ever sprout before?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just started.
so you have some experience. Great, that's really good.
I sprout, but I did it the wrong way, I can see.
Okay,
I left my jars up.
oh, of course. Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, that's a key. That's very important. So, right here, these jars are a week old at least. They were sitting in the fridge. We decided not to use them, so we can show you. But they are ready to be used as can be. Now, these ones I start sprouting on Friday. So they are 3 days old, and that's how they look.
How will they look in a week? Oh, so they keep growing.
Yes, this it takes 1 week for them to grow. 5 to 6 days, 7 days. Yeah, and they look just like this. Yeah. They fill it up nicely. So I like using the 2-quart jars. You can use 1-quart jar, but it must be wide mouth because the lids you buy on Amazon, they are only wide mouth. This is stainless steel screen. It goes inside here.
Where do you find those lids?
I buy them on Amazon, on internet. Now, I'll tell you, if you cannot find them, don't be discouraged. When I went to Russia, there were no lids like this. So we had to become creative. There are plastic tops in Russia. They are totally covered. So we made a hole with scissors or knife. And then we just bought screen from something like Home Depot. And we just cut it and put it in and it worked. Just the same way. But in this country, you can buy anything online. So that's a privilege.
Before you go on, what did you say about lecithin? I couldn't understand.
Lecithin is very good for you. You can buy lecithin, soy lecithin, you can buy sunflower lecithin. Just make sure it's not GMO if you buy soy lecithin. It's very good for your brain.
Make sure it's not what?
GMO.
GMO.
It should be GMO free.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, write that down.
Lecithin is very good to prevent Alzheimer's disease. It's your important brain food. You need those omega fatty acids, 3, 9, and lecithin. Because 50% of your brain is fat.
So you're saying
You need
buckwheat
fat.
sprouts has the most lecithin?
Buckwheat. Yeah, buckwheat sprouts and lecithin. Yes. Okay? So let's go here. So what should I do? Here are my seeds. My husband buys me. I like Chinese cabbage seeds. There are 2 Chinese cabbage, never mind. Okay, these are alfalfa seeds. These are broccoli seeds. Now, the cabbage seeds will be more expensive, much more expensive.
If those,
Broccoli are expensive.
internet, do you get these off the internet?
Yes, I believe Scott has the site where you will buy it. Here is the site. Just let me show you quickly, okay? And then I'll give you more information. Salad mix. You can buy seeds instead of all this. You can just buy. That's how I actually started my experience. I just bought the mix. I started just alfalfa sprouts and mix. That's it.
And the meat?
Mix. You can buy mix. Seeds already mixed up for your like. I will show you. I learned myself how to mix, but you don't know if those who are just starting, it's easier to just buy mix. And these are fenugreek seeds. And this is the big one is clover because I use it a lot. Clover, I didn't talk about clover, but clover is amazing blood purifier. It really cleanses your blood very, very well. And so clover, alfalfa, fenugreek I use the most. The other things I add into it. It's not too much. So let me just make you one jar of sprouts, for example. For example, we can do clover, radish, and fenugreek, like this. So you can buy this, and you know, the more you buy quantity, the less price goes down.
So if you buy in quantity, how long do those are they good for? Are they good for a long time?
As long as it stays dry in
Really?
Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't go bad at all. Okay, I'll put like 2 tablespoons of seeds, and then fenugreek, like a teaspoon fenugreek I'll put.
Oh, you mix them.
Yes, I would like to mix them. Oh, they smell so amazing. I like their smell. The most unique seeds, I think. And radish. Radish gives little kind of hint, you know, nice flavor of radish. I like it. And we can do a little bit of Chinese cabbage. Yeah, why not? They basically all sprout around the same time. You want to help? Oh, God. Okay, we'll go ahead. So, or you can do just clover, 3 tablespoons of clover, done. Or 3 tablespoons of alfalfa. Or you can do just fenugreek. And you'll notice some seeds sprout and they fill your jar more than others. Cabbage, for example, doesn't fill as much. But you know, I don't like sprouts with cabbage on its own. It spoils very fast. But for some reason, when you put cabbage in this mix, it doesn't spoil. So I just put a little bit in, and together they're doing well. So, and then I put some water. I put some water. I usually, and then I soak for 8 hours, at least 8 hours. Should be soaked. And cover like this. Then, what I like about this little garden, it doesn't take long. I mean, really, your attention, it requires only twice a day. You wake up, don't forget to wash them. You wash it, you rinse it. I'll show you one time how I wash it. I just get water from the sink.
Yeah.
I'll bring it here. So, you see, they're like this. I fill it up, and you can see already that they are different. You see how they are. Look, the big ones are fenugreek seeds. Those are alfalfa. You can see some tiny ones, radish. So like this, and then I dump it.
Yeah.
How do you, everybody got their own way of eating them. It's a salad.
Yes.
I guess you're gonna go through that.
Yes.
Eat it raw or do you cook it?
I know you don't cook
It's
it.
better.
No, we don't cook.
So-
But there are recipes you can put them in your little like patties,
Yeah.
alfalfa. But you know, I never cook them. Truly,
Do
we
you
just
kill
eat them
some,
in salad, just in salad.
do you kill some of the nutrients? that
Yes,
cook?
you do. You do kill.
Did you say you rinsed them the very next day or 3 days later?
No, no. I soak for
So-
8 hours.
Just 8 hours.
The easiest way is do it before you go to bed, so you'll not forget. You soak. They sit like this.
Okay.
You know, sometimes they don't just sink. So I take my finger and this. That's all. They don't sink. I don't know why. And then next morning I rinse this water. Sometimes I do it twice because first time it seems like there is more this kind of cloudy water. But from that point I do morning, evening, until they look like this. Okay, it will take you about 6 days, and they will look like this. And then you just put them in the fridge. Do not take these off. Or if you do, if you want to start again and you don't have enough lids, you see I have many lids. You can buy just couple lids. You just take it off, you put the paper towel on top, put the rubber band on, and put it in the fridge. Why? You shouldn't seal them so they can breathe. It's a living little thing is there, right? Plants need oxygen. So just make sure you do not cover them really tight, and you'll be good to go. So these, yes, as I mentioned, tomorrow they will look much more beautiful, and those will be much bigger already.
Are those lentils?
Yes.
Just dry lentils.
No, I soak them. and
But I
they-
mean, that's all they started out, just dry lentils and then you soak them, and now they're gonna sprout.
These are mung beans already sprouted. You can ask my
Oh, look at the funny things on them.
Potatoes.
They're quite
I
amazing.
ain't that cute.
So for the beans, how much do you use? That's obviously more than 2
Yes,
tablespoons.
yes, for beans. Well, that was a cup. Yesterday I soaked exactly a cup of mung beans and a cup of lentils overnight. This morning I woke up, I took a little strainer and I strained them in. And I washed in cold water. That's another thing. Always use cold water, not hot. You'll kill your sprouts. Cold. It likes cold. And that's it. And I
We'll plant
left
them
it
in our garden, won't we?
strainer and I put wet paper towel on top. Because they dry on top. And I let it sit. If I
Want to
wouldn't
take
come
that
today here to you, I would just let it sit and by evening I will just rinse it again and let it sit again on the counter until tomorrow morning.
So if it's a small seed, you put them in your jars and for like beans type.
Yes, you can put them in a jar. Some people do that. I don't. Because we use them quick. I don't wait until their tails are really big. No. Just like this, enough. They're already amazing and good and on and on.
Are you saying these are ready to eat, these little ones?
Yeah. You can cook them and eat them. No, don't eat them raw. No, not raw.
Oh,
Cook them.
oh, okay.
Some people do, but I'm not such a fan of eating beans raw.
Well, you're not talking about the alfalfa sprouts cooking.
No, not alfalfa, these ones. No, these.
I'm only did the alfalfa sprouts. I remember putting them on a sandwich.
Yes, you can put it on sandwich. You can do the salad dressing. We made salad dressing, and oh yeah, that's another thing. That's what happens to them. You see what they do? They grow so much that they stick to your jar, the top. Another thing about them, if you don't have this kind of container at home, you can still take a towel like this. You can take
We
a
learn.
towel, you can put them like this. Make sure there is a wall here, of course, right? The key is to have right angle. If you don't have, I spoiled so many seeds because I'll put them like this, I'll put them like this. What good does it do, right? The water must strain. Or I'll forget to wash them a day or two, and it doesn't smell good. So don't forget to rinse them twice a day. At least one. In winter, it's okay once a day. They'll survive, no problem. But when it gets warmer, they must be rinsed even 3 times a day. 2 times at least, yes. And then just sit them like that, and they're fine. Plus, very important are the good leads. As I showed you, these are the best leads I ever found. There are some leads that are plastic and they're kind of bulging out and all kinds of things out there. But these are so good. They're just flat, simple leads. If you do 1 quart jar, then of course, 1.5 tablespoons instead of 3 tablespoons. But the rule is, I found that 3 tablespoons for 2 quart jars is perfect. There are systems I tried before, even somebody gave it to me, a system to sprout. It's kind of sprinkles, automatic, didn't work. It's spoiled, it just didn't grow for me good. This one is the best. And I never put it in shade, no. You even can put, as I mentioned before, I used to sprout a lot, I'll just put it in my second sink. Everybody has second sink in this country, right? So I will wash dishes in one sink, and another sink I'll put my jars. 3 here and then 3 on top, and it will be just fine. Or you can put them in your dish strainer, or dishes. You put your dishes to strain, to air dry. I used to do that before, and I'll just put it there and make sure just it strains. And I always put it right by the window, because your sink is usually by the window. I never cover it with a towel, no. When it's in this stage, it just sits just like this, exposed to the sun and air, and it's fine. Some people cover it, I'm not sure why, but I don't see any reason. You want them to be nice and green. The greener they are, the healthier they are for you. And it's another thing, in the store, you buy usually they're kind of pale, yellowish. These are so much better for you.